The summer that burned us. Every summer, the town of Ashbrook threw a festival. Colorful streamers, music, fireflies, lemonade. It was perfect. Too perfect, some said. But no one questioned the tradition, not since the Ashbrook heatwave of '59. Back then, the summer sun didn't set for 3 days straight. Animals died where they stood. People boiled in their beds. The grass smoked, and puddles hissed like snakes. Then, as suddenly as it began, it ended, just as Father Marek sacrificed his own son on the church steps. No one speaks of that summer anymore, but every June, the festival returns, cheery and bright, like nothing ever happened. Smiles are wide, laughter is forced, and deep down, everyone knows it's not a celebration, it's an offering. This year, the heat came early. It was only May, and already the air clung to your skin like wet cloth. Dogs went missing. Shadows moved when no one was near. The sky took on a red-orange hue that never faded. Then children started hearing things in their sleep, whispering, pleading voices calling from the cornfields. "They're coming," said old Mrs. Rayburn, who hadn't spoken a word since her husband combusted in 1983. "They're hungry this year." When the town square filled with tents and bunting, a low moan echoed through the hills. Some blamed the wind, but there was no breeze. No birds chirped, no insects hummed. Then came the day of the festival. The sun didn't rise. Instead, a thick orange fog oozed from the soil. People smiled wider, like their mouths were being pulled open by invisible hooks. They danced around the maypole with black tears streaming down their cheeks, hands trembling, feet bleeding from nails driven through their shoes. At midnight, the mayor's voice boomed from the speakers. "This year we offer 12. 12? It had always been one. Children screamed as their parents dragged them to the platform, one for every hour the sun had once stayed overhead in '59. The wind howled through the trees, but no leaves moved. Instead, flames licked the sky, curling into symbols no one dared read. The sacrifices didn't burn. They melted, bones cracking as their skin sloughed off like wax. As their screams faded, a massive shape unfurled above the church steeple. It had no eyes, no face, only mouths, hundreds of them, gnashing in a twisted chorus. The townspeople cheered. Then it was over. The sun returned, the grass greened, and birds sang like nothing had happened. But if you visited Ashbrook that July, you'd notice something strange. The townspeople didn't cast shadows. And if you stayed long enough to fall asleep, you'd hear it too. The whisper of the sun that never sleeps. The tourists left Ashbrook that summer with tans, trinkets, and photos of smiling locals, never noticing the subtle things, the way mirrors refused to reflect townsfolk, or how their eyes shimmered gold just before sundown. No one noticed the old church bell ringing at midnight every night, long after the church had been burned down in '59. And far below the town square, where blood still soaked the cracked stone, something ancient stirred. Because the thing about summer is, it always comes back, and so do they.